Hey, what's going on, ladies? What's the deal? I'm gonna, keep it extremely real on this video, because I want you to understand what's going on with these online dating sites and, you meeting guys and everything like that, and why you may be having trouble meeting the guys you really want. And, I just want to really go over this because I think what happens is that there's a lot of women who get like a false sense of reality when it comes to meeting men online. So, you have a lot of sites like, OkCupid, Tinder, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel, Happening, Hinge, all these different sites, right? And a lot of these sites, have a feature where, you can swipe right or swipe left, or, you hit the star to like the person or whatever it is. And so what happens is that, a lot of times when you're on these sites, guys are trying to get in contact with as many women as possible, right? So a lot of times you may think that you have a lot of options on these dating sites, and you do on the front end. But when I say options, I'm talking about a guy who is really going to be feeling you and really going to be into you. Because sometimes you may mistake a guy contacting you on a site or matching with you on a site for him actually being interested in getting to know you, right? A lot of these guys on the front end, what they're trying to do is they're trying to match and message, you ladies, so that they can get access to sex, right? So you have certain sites that have the reputation for being a hookup site, like a site like Tinder. You may have other sites that, may be a little bit more oriented to like relationships, like a eHarmony or a Match.com. Either way, a lot of times, most of the times when you meet these guys on the front end, not all of them, but just a lot of them on the front end are just looking to have sex. And so, for example, something like Tinder or even Bumble or whatever, any of these swipe right, swipe left sites, there's a lot of guys who are swiping right on just every woman because they're just trying to get any match and go out with anybody, right? So what happens is that you may be matching and going out with guys who may not necessarily be into you for more than just sex. Now, if you just want to hook up and that's that, then that's cool. So you hook up with him, he's hooking up with you, and everything's fine. But a lot of times, if you are on these sites and thinking that every guy you match with or every guy that sends you a message is a guy who's potentially looking for the same thing you're looking for, if in fact you're looking for, some boyfriend type of thing or whatever, you got to understand that that's not the case a lot of times when it comes to meeting these guys online. Now, this doesn't mean that when you meet a guy online and you're going on a date and everything, like is cool and everything, it doesn't mean that this can't be your boyfriend, because a lot of times people meet online, they get together, they end up being together. You understand? But what you have to understand is, I don't want you to look at it as because I matched with this guy or because this guy sent me a message and, you're attracted to him, you want to meet him. I don't want you to get into the mindset of thinking that, this is going to be, your next boyfriend, because you still have to meet him, see what's going on, see if you guys really click, see if what he's trying to do is what you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying? And then at that point, then you can say, okay, this could be a guy that could be my boyfriend or whatever it is. But before, you meet him and you start to vibe and you see what's going on, a lot of times the guy you're meeting could be a guy who just wants to have sex with you, and that's that. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying this also is that what happens is that if you are, let's say, for example, you match with a guy, or a guy sends you a message, and let's say he checks all of the check marks on the list of what most women would want. Let's say he's, tall, good looking, has, a good job, and, he seems like he's well put together. He seems like the total package, right? Understand that he, since he's that total package, or seems like the total package, there are going to be a lot of other women on there thinking the same thing, and he's dating all these other women. Now, depending on his personality and where he's at in life and his thought process about dating and all this other stuff, you know, that's going to determine how he is going to view the situation he's in with you. Meaning that, are you just another girl he's just going to smash and keep it moving? Or, you know, is he the type of guy who, yeah, he likes sex and he likes to like have a good time, but he's also like, you know, if I meet a girl that I like, then I'll continue to see her and you know, make it go down. So at the end of the day, all you got to understand is this: when it comes to you dating guys and meeting them online, is that understand that most of these guys that you meet are just there on the front end for sex. If they do like you, you understand, they will continue to see you, they'll continue to call you, they'll continue to date you, right? And you can find some of those guys that'll do that. But understand, there's a lot of guys that are just there purely for the sex. So I don't want you to think that, you know, you're picking these guys carefully and then you end up picking a guy that who just wants to hook up. And a lot of times some guys won't even let you know this. They'll pretend that they want something more, and you're thinking this is what it is, and then it ends up not being that. So the thing I would say for you ladies is, you want to play the numbers game, meaning you want to date a lot of different guys, see who you connect with, see who is you know, you're having chemistry with. If that guy wants to continue to see you and you want to continue to see him, then keep that going. And then, you know, based off of that, you choose to say, okay, this is the type of guy who may be someone I could see myself continuing to be with, because he's continuing to actually see you and want to see you. What I want you to not do is don't get your hopes up because you match with some guy who you think is the ideal guy, and then think that he's going to be your next boyfriend, and then he ends up being the guy who's just trying to, you know, have sex with you and keep it moving. So I don't want you to have this illusion that because you match with this guy or that guy, or some guy sent you the message on the you know, the site, that he's your next boyfriend. You have to take time to figure this stuff out with these guys, and then at that point you see if this dude or that dude is the type of guy who things can go down, you know, for a longer term relationship, if that's what you want. All right, so that's pretty much it. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below. Also, make sure you click the link under that to get my program, 7 highly effective steps for finding and keeping a man. And I will talk to you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 2 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below and send me your questions. If you have any questions on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. And 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, 7 highly effective steps for finding and keeping a man. And I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.